Welcome in today. It is a glorious Tuesday. Major League Baseball's on our mind. I'm your boy down the right side here, rightwager.com. The Major League Baseball show breakdown for July 29th, 2025. Interesting night on the card last night, which we're going to go over here in just a few minutes. But as you know, big doings here, rightwager.com, official start. Yes, it's premium season, August 1st, which will be Friday if you haven't checked out the site yet. It's easy to do. I'm going to bring this up right here. We'll go to a little share screen action, and I'm going to show you what the site officially looks like here. So we'll share that up, and there we go. A little Josh Allen action right here. There's a picture of your boy right in the middle of the screen, and as it states, this Friday we start MLB premium packages. Make sure to catch Donnie, which is me, every weekday, 12 p.m. Eastern, which is what we're doing right now on YouTube, Twitch, IG, X, and Facebook for the rightwager.com Major League Baseball show, which we are doing right now. You see some daily videos that are going to pop up here on the sheet as well as free picks all down the line, gearing up for a great football season also. But Major League Baseball, as we said, will be getting here premium packages on Friday. So hello to everybody out there. Darren in the chat box here. I see you having some fun out here. And we'll certainly get it going. Let me just see if I can expand this on my screen. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't want to go full gas on my own screen here. Let's dip it back. Got that in order. Okay, we do have Major League Baseball doubleheader action that's going to start in about 30 minutes. And I got to tell you, game number one is kind of interesting. Now, also, when you're betting doubleheaders, how do you handle the doubleheader? You bet in game one? You bet in game two? Do you bet game two before game number one? I certainly don't do that. We're talking about heavy heat conditions today in Baltimore. So let's get started. 9-11, 9-12. That's Toronto and Baltimore yesterday. Toronto got blasted by the Baltimore Orioles. They need to keep on winning to stay in first place and secure the AL East. It's Lucas on the mound versus Morton to start this day. And Charlie Morton's last 45 days, I guess you could say hit or miss at this point here. Just bringing up his statistics to go over those. He's 21st on my pitching card out of 28 pitchers today. 34 and a third innings pitched over the past 45 days through 6 starts, a 4.46 ERA, and a 4.40 xFIP number. Now, if we are looking and saying, all right, mixed bag on what you're going to get, I'm telling you right now, the offense, though, even though yesterday, like one of the batters I loved was Addison Barger. Every single batter in that lineup yesterday, you know what they did? Yeah. They all got base hits. They all got RBIs, and Barger left me with the bag right here. Just terrible stuff. Let me just make sure. I'm going to bring up, I was able to see the comments. There we go. Comments are up here. Darren, what's up? Kristen, what's up? Patrick Burns, what's up? Having a little Major League Baseball show here on a Tuesday. And again, we are going to do this every single weekday, Monday through Friday. But we're talking about game one of the doubleheader, which is coming up in about 30 minutes. Charlie Morton on the mound. If you look at his last 30 days, 105 batters, he's faced. A 220 ISO, a 357 weighted on base percentage against. Not very good. Not a great strikeout guy. 196 ISO to lefties, 257 to righties over the past month. And for the season, he's faced 435 batters, a 174 ISO, which is slightly above normal, and a 353 weighted on base percentage, which is above average. You take a look at his hard hit percentage against 435 batters he's faced, that's 50%. Half of the players making contact are hard contact here. If you get to the barrel rates, which we're going to take a look at sometimes, last 30 days, lefty barrel rates are 12.2%, which is extremely high. Patrick Burns says, I'm on Vinny Pasquantino anytime home run and Seiya Suzuki. I agree. What's up, Aaron, in the chat box? I agree with Vinny P. We're going to get to that because left-handed batters are going to play today in Kansas City with those hot and heavy conditions. But as we look at that Baltimore lineup tonight in game number one, Lukes leads off, Schneider 2, Guerrero 3, Bichette 4, Barger 5 again, Clement 6, Loperfido 7, Will Wagner 8, and Ali Sanchez 9. If we look at the weighted on base percentages over the past month for the Toronto Blue Jays, it's really good. Luke's is high, Schneider's high, Guerrero's high, Bichette's high, Barger is high, Loperfido, and Wagner. So you have 7 out of the 9 batters all positive. Not a big strikeout lineup either against a pitcher that's not a huge strikeout guy in Charlie Morton. So some of those notes, it's like, okay, the team total. Let's take a look here. Let's go over to, and see if I can just cut this out. We're going to bring up FanDuel and do a little shopping right now. Because that's sometimes I look at, Bet365 and, FanDuel pretty much the same when you're taking a look at daily odds on team totals. We're looking at RBI props. Usually Bet365 is better. The 1+ HRR market, 2+ HRR market, typically better there on Bet365. So let me see if I'm going to bring this up on the screen. We'll go share screen, and we will go to, there we go, FanDuel. We'll bring that up. We'll share that. We'll go full screen for just a moment, and we'll go hunting for some of these props that we're looking at today. There's game number one, Lucas versus Morton. You see on FanDuel, minus 122 price here if you want the favorite on the Orioles, plus 104 on the Toronto Blue Jays, and a total of 10, which is really high, obviously. But the Heat and humidity down in Baltimore certainly is there. If we take a look at the wager market here, which again, we're sliding down to team totals, let's see what we got here today. So we will go with Jays total, 4.5 minus 122. Yesterday, a little bit disappointing at the plate. And again, for me, Addison Barger did nothing. Those left-handed batters should be able to hit today. They should be able to get that 4.5. I honestly believe that. So if we're looking back at the principles, as I like to say of this, lefty's probably the best way to go again, necessarily. Barrel rates are much higher against him. And the lefties, Nathan Lukes, love him to start that lineup. Addison Barger, again, who let us down yesterday, he still has some very good numbers in low Perfido. But you should have enough runs today to get that team total for the Toronto Blue Jays. And the one thing that you do know is it's hot, it's humid. Game number 2, we don't know who's going to start. We know who's starting in game number 1. And that's what the focus is going to be on right now at this point. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's see if we got here and sort of check out some more stuff. Morton, not really doing that. Up the other side, if Donnie, why aren't you talking about Baltimore? They hammered yesterday. Easton Lucas, 93 batters he's faced on the season, none over the past 30 days, even though that lineup does look really good for Baltimore. It's a high number. If you said, Donnie, you got a free play out here, what are you going to do? Take the under or the over? It's definitely going to be the over. But from an over perspective, I know I'm getting 9 at-bats from Toronto. Heat and humidity, yes, Charlie Morton is a veteran pitcher. I understand that. But if looking at Morton's statistics, again, a 4.46 ERA, which is high, a 4.40 xFIP, which is slightly high. We're not asking for 8 or 9 runs. Some of those lefties should get after it. But from the 2 games that I'm looking at, game number 1 is probably your best game. Why? Because we don't even know who's going to be the starting pitcher. Actually, we do know who the starting pitchers are. But the starting lineups, and if you had a doubleheader, let's just say in May, where the temperatures were 72 degrees, a little bit different. Mid-90s in Baltimore, that could make a big, big difference today. Game number 2, we're not even going to hit. Don't worry about it. 6:35 start. We don't know the starting lineups. We don't know who's going to be available out of the bullpen. It's just the way it is. And doubleheaders on the second end of it, don't really like it. Arizona and Detroit. If we look at these numbers here today between these two, Fought on the mound versus Mize. 142 price point, 145 depending on where you're shopping at. 640 start tonight. 8.5 listed as the total. And if we flip over to that one here, 87 degrees in Detroit today. And you saw yesterday, man, what are we doing with Eugenio Suarez? Like, he gets hit, almost broke his hand. You can't trade him away. And the question's going to be, is he even going to be in the lineup today and what you're getting out of that lineup? By the way, Brandon Pfaadt, who's on the mound, hasn't been all that bad. His last 45 days, he's 10th on my card at 28 pitchers today. 7 total starts, 41 and a third innings pitched, a 3.48 ERA and a 3.57 xFIP number. Keith, Carpenter, Green, Torkelson, the usual suspects in the lineup, very good. But Pfaadt isn't bad. The question is, what are we getting out of the Arizona Diamondbacks? In the preliminary lineups that I'm looking at, it looks like Eugenio Suarez is in, but there's no way they can play him today. Anybody out there watching on the chat box right now, is there any way that you can play him today? I mean, just being serious. No way, right? Can't do that. Craziness. Just make sure I make a couple quick adjustments here while I got you guys on the fly. Let me see what we got here. Turn that off. All right, back at it. Just have to make a necessary adjustment behind the scene. But honestly, like there's no way you can play him. So Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, Perdomo, Gurriel. All right. We're going up against Casey Mize, who only has 65 batters faced in the last 30 days and hasn't done all that well. And left-handed batters are getting the best of them, which Carroll, Marte, Perdomo, Castillo, Thomas, and Herrera. That's 6 left-handed batters in the lineup. But for me, it's really a no play for me on this game. I need to see those final lineups come out. Don't love the pitching matchups on both sides. Pfaadt has been better. It's good hitting conditions in Detroit. I understand that. 5-1 game yesterday. I'm out. Colorado and Cleveland. In Cleveland today, 83-degree temperatures with a wind blowing in. Tanner Gordon is on the mound, taking on Logan Allen. And if we're lining this game up, 640 start tonight. Look at this favorite. Cleveland is favorite at minus 215 to minus 220, depending on your shopping right now. Total listed there at 8.5. Crazy, man. Craziness at this. How good? Cleveland is not a great baseball team, but again, you're banking on Tanner Gordon. Now, looking at some of the notes here for Tanner Gordon, he was really good in his last start. He was. Back-to-back solid starts in the minors. It's one where you don't want to really jump the gun, right? You say to yourself, do you want to lean on it and say, boy, Cleveland can get after it? We think those numbers could get after it. Not necessarily, right? If I'm looking at Cleveland today, let's take a look at the estimated lineup going against Gordon. Quan looks great. Angel Martinez looks great. Jose Ramirez looks great, which he was terrible yesterday. Kyle Manzardo looks great. Gabriel Arias, 200 ISO, only 5 at-bats. You really throw that out. Rocchio's got good numbers, over 46 at-bats, and so does Bo Naylor. So if we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's call it 5, 6, 7 if we include Arias, that's not bad. But Gordon's statistics, again, only 24 batters that he's faced here, sort of jades it a little bit for me. If we go with Logan Allen, he's just simply average. He comes in at 15th on my card out of 28 pitchers with xFIP. He's a 3.98 ERA, which isn't bad, 4.01 xFIP, which isn't terrible. Tovar looks good. Hunter Goodman looks good. Terry Estrada looks decent. But again, it's the Colorado Rockies. You take it with a grain of salt, even though there's a chance to bang around that baseball just a little bit. But I do want to find myself finding the Cleveland Guardians. Jose Ramirez can't have 2 bad games. And they're like, what did he do yesterday? I mean, come on now. 0 for 4 at the plate. That's not the madness. This also breaks up a streak of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He had 7 straight games with at least a base hit. Does nothing yesterday. Nothing yesterday. Like, that's upsetting a little bit. It really is. But for me, no real action in that game. It's no big deal. You don't have to force it. Tampa Bay is going to take on the New York Yankees. Joe Boyle is on the mound. How about that name? Going up against Max Fried. Here's the issue. Let's look at the price points here that are coming up in this game. 188's overnight. Close to minus 200. It's actually a minus 200 at Bet365 right now, and a total that's listed at 8.5. So if I say, all right, Max Fried's the better pitcher, the Yankees should be able to hit. It's like, ooh, not so fast. Last 45 days here, if we go find Max Fried, who seemed like he was pitching lights out the first half of the season. 7 starts, 39 and a third innings pitched, a 4.35 ERA, but a 3.89 xFIP number, which is a little bit better. But also, Max Fried's last 4 starts. What's up, Francisco? Max Fried's last 4 starts. What's the deal? Like, honestly, what's the deal? This guy was pitching lights out like he's the ace of the staff and now starting to leak some oil. How does that play into your handicap today when he's a minus 200 favorite? And Boyle's just a short starter. So when I look at the lineup today for the New York Yankees, it really looks great. It looked great yesterday. They didn't score all that much, right? But Boyle, 52 batters faced over the past month. Not a big strikeout guy, about 20%. Weighted on base percentage, very good. You know, he's only faced 70 batters on the season, but how long is he going to go? Are we matching up? Because if you look at the Yankees lineup that we think we're going to get tonight, Grisham, Rice, Bellinger, Stanton, Chisholm, Dominguez, McMahon, Wells, and Volpe, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus batters in that lineup. 7 plus batters in that lineup. It's almost like I want to take him, but again, don't outsmart yourself. We just don't have enough on Joe Boyle right now to know how long he's going to go in a game, which is probably going to be short. And then we know Tampa just loves to match up inning per inning per inning. And then they're just getting high leverage situations with closers and slash setup men that are designed just to get you out. Now let's go to the other side and talk about Max Fried. I just told you he's having a bad run right now. You saw him at the All-Star break. Oh, the blister and how much trouble that could absolutely cause. Trust factor. Last 90 batters he's faced, a 340 weighted on base percentage against them. Very un-Max Fried-like here. Hard hit percentage. He's a lefty. Lefties are cracking him. But here's the issue. Right-handed batters' hard hit contact is still 39%. Barrel rate's only 5% for righties, which helps you out. And typically when you have a left-handed starting pitcher, the lineup is going to react and put many more right-handed batters than lefties in there. Anticipated lineup today, Diaz, Morel, Caminero, Aranda, Mangum, Caballero, DeLuca, Walls, and Tice. Aranda, Mangum, Caballero, DeLuca, Walls, and Tice, all horrendous numbers against lefties, which leaves you with the first 3 batters in the lineup, all right-handed bats. Yandy Diaz, Christopher Morel, and Junior Caminero. High ISOs, good weighted on base percentages, and outside of Caminero, some pretty good strikeout numbers. But as I told you, that barrel rate is really low for right-handed bats. Hard hit percentage is under 40%. Now, why are we dotting around on the screen right now? You guys see me? My mouth moving right here? What's that about? What is that about? Let me check to see if the internet... Yeah, what's going on here? Huh. Now we're going green. Oh, well, looks like we lost the feed. Maybe it's just on my end right now. I don't know. Screen's definitely whacked out. Computer's getting roughed up right here, people. All right. Yeah, something's clearly an issue right now. We back? Can you hear me? We back? Can you hear me? Just want to let the people know. Can you hear me out there in these streets? Are we back? Because I know it cut out for a second. I was getting my screen all like whacked out. And I guess we're going to go through some of these growing pains doing some live stuff like this, but that's incredible. Just let me, okay, good. We're back. Good. All right. Let me settle in here for a second and just get some of this information up on the screen that we need here. Because for some reason, my computer absolutely just went nuts right there. So give me a few moments here. We'll get it back. Yeah, I love to see the people hanging out here. Like, what's going on out here? I just have to check a couple things because even like just doing stuff on StreamYard, it says for some reason like connection is unstable. I have great Wi-Fi though. Never have any issues with that. So I don't know what the problem is there if it, flips around at that point. All right, so let me get that here. So we got the odds board back up. Where is my other stuff here as we have it listed? There we go. Let's set this up here. And I apologize for this, but we'll make it through. Let me just set some things up so I can get my numbers back in order. And we'll be able to continue with the program here. Okay, so let's go ahead. We will get our statistics up here for Roto Grinders. We got that. All right, let's get another one set up here. See how much fun it is, guys, when you have big, nice computer technology and it craps out on you. You got to sort of restart a couple things. Where is my Roto Grinders now? We have to make a new one at this point if it just disappeared. Nope, there it is right there. So we got it. All right, holding on for it. Did you guys miss me, by the way, at that point right now? Crazy that happened. I have to check in, though. Has anybody done StreamYard before where it has, because again, I can see like the Wi-Fi thing. I'm not even on Wi-Fi. I'm hardwired in. And it basically says I have a little bit lower of a connection here, but at least the connection didn't go away. So let's get back here and continue and have some fun with this. So at least you guys can hear me. We can see it up on the screen. We'll see how far this goes at this point or if it zotzes out on us once again. But we'll go ahead. So I was talking about like Toronto and which way you would go in that lineup. So be it there. Skip forward. Cleveland. All right. Tampa Bay. We're talking about the New York Yankees. We're talking about, starting pitcher Max Fried. Get that out of the way. Let's get to the next game here. Let's start with a clean slate, have some action, and let's get to it. Los Angeles Dodgers and the Cincinnati Reds. Dodgers are a favorite in this game, and there's no surprise at that. If I'm going over the numbers and saying, all right, Dodgers pitching prospects, and boy, this is all jacked up. And I apologize, guys. Just trying to get through some of the stuff here. All right, Dodgers, Cincinnati, Glasnow, Lodolo. Two good pitchers on the mound. 901, 902 on the rotation, a 7-10 start. It's nines across the board as a total. 154, 155, depending on where we're shopping at, even as high as minus 160 here for the Dodgers. If we say, pitching matchup that you're trusting, Tyler Glasnow, he's been phenomenal, guys. Phenomenal over the past 3 starts. Nick Lodolo has been very good as well. I mean, if we're taking a look at Glasnow's last 3 starts, 18 innings pitched, how about a 1 ERA and a 2.36 xFIP number? How about a K per 9 out of 11.5? As good as it gets. So then we're saying, all right, where's Nick Lodolo come into the situation? 43 and 2/3 innings pitched over the past 45 days, 7 starts, a 1.85 ERA and a 3.46. If I look at the last 30 days of that lineup for the Dodgers, it's not all impressive, guys. It's really not. Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Teoscar Hernandez, Miguel Rojas, Ruiz all have decent numbers. But honestly, if we're looking and saying to ourselves, all right, Betts maybe you can trust, Ohtani maybe you can trust. And I'm watching the screen right now. It's getting a little bit pixelated on that, so hopefully you guys can still hear me. Maybe the audio is just a little bit low. I have to figure out why the stream is not coming in as strong as it's supposed to at this point, or the fact that, and there it goes again. So I don't know if you guys can hear me and the screen keeps on just dropping out. Let me see if I can just take myself off the screen. It's not letting me here. So for some reason, it's freezing on StreamYard at this point. And I don't know if it's because I'm doing so many different streams at once, but that shouldn't be the case at all. So there it goes, leaving again at this point, and I'm starting to get all this madness up here, and I don't want to restart the screen or do that again at this point, but I do apologize. So maybe you guys can hear me talking at this point. I don't know. I can still see the live number twitching through. I can't really see the comments on the screen. All right, we'll get this situated. I apologize, guys. So we'll do this every Monday through Friday. I'll get this figured out, even if I have to switch computers, because I don't know why I would have to do that. But I'm going to contact StreamYard and see if we can get this done. I apologize. I do. So if you could still hear me, we'll get back at it tomorrow. I got some notes. I'm still going to put some plays out later today, and we'll make sure everything goes unhinged, I should say, at that point. But I'm checking out right now, and I'll be back in a little bit. Sorry, guys.